Hey, hi everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. I hope you're tuning in and you've had either a good night's sleep, a great day today, or a good afternoon, good evening. So today's a story from Pam Grout, my friend who wrote the book, A Course in Miracles Experiment. Today's story is so funny and so fantastic and so moving that it actually, when I read it earlier, it actually almost it broke me down. I'm not kidding, because it was just so. Wait till you hear this, guys. So the title of today's lesson is Namaste, my ass. So I love the title. And the quote is, Mae West said, I used to be a Snow White, but I drifted. That's funny, right? She used to be Snow White, but she drifted. You get it, like a snow drift. Okay, so the need to know is I cannot suffer. I cannot experience loss. I cannot die. From the jukebox today, she's asking us to listen to I Got a Feeling from the Black Eyed Peas. Remember that one? I got a feeling. I can't remember the rest of the words. I just remember I got a feeling. Anyway, the we will is it's easy for you to say. And now this is the story, the rock you. This is going to rock you today. Dr. Michael Shermer, a professor and public intellectual who writes a monthly column for Scientific American, is so wary of all things supernatural that in 1992, he started a quarterly journal with the stated aim of debunking fads and cultural influences on science. It's even called Skeptic Magazine. The avowed atheist once debated the existence of God with Deepak Chopra. I mean, can you imagine this guy on Nightline? He's debating Deepak on the existence of something bigger than all of us, which is why I love the following story so darn much. In the summer of 2014, Michael Shermer married Jennifer Graf from Cologne, Germany. During the shipping of her belongings to his home in California, some boxes were damaged, some heirlooms were lost. An old transistor radio that had belonged to Jennifer's grandfather, Walter, successfully made the journey. Walter had been Jennifer's only father figure and had died when she was just 16. Michael, knowing how much it would mean, attempted to resurrect the radio after decades of silence. He changed the batteries. He searched for loose connections and even tried what he called percussive maintenance. We used to do that when I was an IT guy, smacking it against a hard surface. We should just smack the computer and hope that the computer would work. And sometimes it would jar something loose. The platinum, I'm imagining, on the hard drive would get stuck. And when we would hit these things, it would start moving again. And the hard drive was able to read what you were asking it to read. He even tried that on the radio. Nothing worked. He finally gave up. And Jennifer stuck it in the back of a drawer in their bedroom. On the day they exchanged rings and said their vows in front of his family, Jennifer, 6,000 miles from home, was feeling nostalgic and wishing her grandfather could be there to give her away. After the ceremony, she motioned to Michael. She said she needed to speak to him. She needed to speak to him alone. Quote, "There's music coming from the bedroom," she whispered. Holy shit. Since they didn't have a music system in the bedroom, they searched for errant laptops and iPhones. They even checked the back door to see if their neighbors had unexpectedly scheduled a party. Michael wrote in Scientific American, check this out, guys, suddenly, Jennifer shot me a look that I haven't seen since the supernatural thriller, The Exorcist. Oh, man. Quote, "That can't be what it is, can it? She said, that can't be what I think it is. And I get the chill bumps when I'm reading this because it's freaky. Because I've had things like this happen to me, guys. I don't know if it's happened to you, but there are some supernatural things that happen to all of us in this life that we live here on this planet. She says, that can't be what I think it is, can it? They opened the desk drawer, and sure enough, her grandfather's transistor radio was playing a romantic love song. The radio continued to play throughout their wedding day. They finally fell asleep to classical music emanating from Walter's radio. It stopped working the next day and has remained silent, mute, ever since. And while famous skeptic Michael Shermer said he'd never have believed such a story if he had heard it from someone else, he admitted that, quote, the eerie conjunction of these deeply evocative events rocked him back on his feet and shook his skepticism to its core. That's what I love. I love to hear it when a skeptic is shaken back into the reality that they don't really know what reality is. None of us do. None of us really. Your map, my map, is not the territory. The territory is out here, what we perceive to be reality, but that is not our reality. Our reality is what we interpret through the map, through the lens of our interpretation. So this skeptic was converted. He was changed. And that's what I'd call a miracle. That a longtime upholder of scientific orthodoxy was willing to publicly share a revelation that contradicts his aggressively argued position for many years. Remember, this guy actually debated Deepak Chopra on the existence of God. And now he, faced with undeniable supernatural strangeness, had to face the reality that he couldn't define reality. It says, damn, this is blowing my mind. To actually suggest that science may not be the only road to truth after all, that it might not offer the definitive and complete view of reality. As Shermer says, quote, we should not shut the doors of perception when they may be open to us to reveal marvels, to reveal marvel in the mysterious. So never doubt what you think you may be seeing or hearing or feel, because there's always another side of what you think is real. There's an implicate order. There's a book written about the holographic universe. And in that book, they talk about the implicate order and the explicate order, where we're the explicate order. We are the manifestation of something, the sea of infinite possibility that exists on the other side of our five senses. And so when challenged with the reality that we don't really know reality, this skeptic changed his mind. And so with that today, I want you to go out. Pam wants us to go out at least twice today for 10 to 15 minutes. And she wants us to remember, I cannot suffer. I cannot experience loss. I cannot die. Go forth in peace, love, joy, goodness, kindness, self-control. Be sure to share a smile today with someone. You could change their life with just a simple smile. Remember that I love you. Namaste. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.